Everyone makes New Year's resolutions, and most of them collapse by February. But when it comes to money, the biggest reason people fail isn't discipline. It's choosing goals that don't actually move the needle. So if you really want to make a difference in your finances in the new year, let's talk about 5 financial resolutions that will actually grow your wealth, even if you're starting from scratch. Number 1, automate your money like a system. Most people think they only have a spending problem, but what they really have is a systems problem. When you're manually managing your money, you'll start off fine, but then life gets in the way. You get tired, you get stressed, life gets busy, and then your brain defaults to the easier choice, spending it all. Automation fixes that. When everything is automated, you only have to make the right choice once. Then it happens every month without you doing anything. Imagine if every time you got paid, your money moved itself exactly where you needed it to go. You won't forget to save or accidentally overspend. Here's how this looks. Create 3 accounts: a checking account for bills and everyday spending, a savings account for your emergency fund and planned maintenance, and an investing account for your future self. This could either be an employer-sponsored account like a 401k or an individual account like an IRA or traditional brokerage account. When you get paid, put 15% towards your savings account. Put a set amount or percentage toward your investing account, and then you're free to spend the rest in your checking account. This way, you remove human error from the equation entirely. Automation is the closest thing to cheating in personal finance you'll ever get, so use it. Number 2, adopt a 2-account emergency fund system. In recent years, inflation has broken the old advised $1,000 starter emergency fund rule. With increasing housing, groceries, and even insurance prices, your money just doesn't stretch as far, and that's just for everyday things. We haven't even gotten into real emergencies yet. This is the reason for 2 accounts, because most people are dipping into their emergency funds for small issues, and then they don't have enough for the big ones. So we have to change the way we think just a little. Here's the 2-account fund system. Fund 1 is called your Oops Fund. It'll hold somewhere between $1,000 and $3,000. It's to cover small emergencies like a flat tire, a copay, groceries when your paycheck doesn't stretch quite as far, or even last-minute travel for a family emergency. It's there to help prevent a small issue from snowballing into chaos. Fund 2 is called your Life Happens Fund. This is where you keep your 3 to 6 months of expenses stored, typically in a high-yield savings account. This one helps protect you from a layoff or decrease in pay, moving expenses, or major home or car repairs. Splitting the fund creates mental separation. Small problem? Dip into the Oops Fund. Big problem? Time to hit up the Life Happens Fund. If you only do one thing this new year, build this. Everything else in your financial life depends on it. Number 3, adopt the 1% investing rule. This is the easiest way to start investing, particularly if you're scared, inconsistent, or feel like you're behind. Invest 1% of your income every month. That's it. It's that easy. If you're making $3,000 a month, invest $30. If you're making $6,000, invest $60. Why does this work? Because the number one reason most people don't invest is that they feel like it's not enough to matter. But it does matter. Most newer investors don't realize the power of compound interest. What is that? Compound interest happens when the money you have invested earns money, and then that money earns even more money. It compounds exponentially, which is why the earliest dollars you invest are so important. So why the 1% investing rule? Because it builds the investing habit, and it's typically starting with money amounts too small to really stress about. Then, as your habit and your income increases, so too can your investments. You don't have to stress too much about where to invest it either. Though we can't give financial advice, you can look into funds that track indices like the S&P 500 or the total stock market. Or you can even invest in target date retirement funds that will change allocations automatically as you move closer to retirement. Most folks wait until they have enough money to invest, but people who build true wealth, they start wherever they are with whatever they have, even if it's just $10. Number 4, try a no-spend week. Don't go all out on a no-spend month. Those almost never work because they feel like both a punishment and a diet, and you just end up binge spending once those 30 days are over. Instead, just go 1 week per month without spending money. Simple concept to put into practice. Just commit to 7 days where you reset your spending impulses. If you do this often enough, you'll reveal your real wants versus your impulsive wants. Chances are you could probably save $100 to $200 a month without trying. Pick your 7 days and resolve to not spend on Amazon, not having any food delivered, no quick Target runs, and no spending on convenience. Instead, do a little more planning. Meal prep for the week so you'll have food that you can easily make. Make a list of items you may need for the house in your regular shopping run so you don't have to go clicking buy online. Now, there may be a few exceptions here. If any medical expenses come up, certainly spend the money to handle those. If you need gas to get to work, absolutely fill that tank up. You just want to ensure that you're spending the money on necessary items. During the no-spend week, you'll probably notice a lot of your spending happens out of emotion, not actual need. Remember, the goal isn't to deprive yourself, it's to become more aware of where your money is going. Number 5, build a simple, separate debt payoff plan. Most people fail to pay off debt because their approach is chaotic. Let's make it simpler in the new year. First step, write down all your debts. List out the balance, the interest rate, and the minimum payments. Truthfully, most people have no idea how much interest they're paying, and that's part of the bigger problem. Second step, choose your strategy. There are typically 2 debt payoff strategies that are discussed. If you're more the mathematical type, the avalanche method may work best for you. This is where you pay off the highest interest debt first. Doing this would ensure you spend the least amount of money paying back your debt. One of the biggest issues with the avalanche method, though, is that some people have such large debts at high interest that it can feel like they're making no progress at all. This is where the snowball method may help. With this strategy, you pay off your debts from the smallest balance first. This can help emotionally with small wins and seeing some of the debt get paid off quicker, even if you'll end up spending a little more in the long term. Third step, automate your minimum payments. This keeps you stress-free and protects your credit as you're working to pay off the debt. Step 4, put a little extra on top. You don't have to throw in an extra $300 a month. Certainly do that if you can. But just an extra $25 a week can go a long way. Putting a little more onto the debt weekly can help build momentum and teaches you to live on just a little less every month. When you put systems into place, your debt becomes predictable and manageable. And when it becomes manageable, it becomes solvable. This year doesn't have to be another year you struggle with money. It can be the year you outgrow old habits, outsmart your spending, and finally build momentum toward the life you actually want. Thanks so much for watching. If you learned something new today, please share this with a friend. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.